Hey there, welcome to day 1335 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition through businesses from the brick and mortar world, corporate world of business over a quarter century in corporate America, working for some really cool organizations and companies, big, all of them big, some privately held, some publicly traded. Some of the biggest names in corporate America today I had the opportunity to work for and with as a director of quality and sanitation in one company as well, which is an inherited function, which I don't know. I was a little nervous and scared when I inherited it, but I ended up being a place where I learned and grew a whole lot of different skills and abilities that I wouldn't have otherwise had. I also developed an aversion to the smell of fruit fly larvae. It was in a huge industrial bakery, and that one, we discover things about ourselves all the time, and that was one thing I didn't want to discover about myself, is that certain smells trigger me to feel not so good. Got to challenge a lot of fears in that business. I got to challenge my fear of heights, climbing up flour silos, and things like that as well. So we're always growing, we're always developing, we're always learning, if we so choose. So today, what are we working on? What am I going to share? Clear as mud was our idiom for supersize your business today, and I just shared 10 steps to get crystal clear, get clarity, get more clear, complete clarity on what it is that we want to achieve as we're growing and building our business, since that segment is about supersizing and growing our business. And I shared 10 steps, and I think we're going to talk about clarity tomorrow, and I'm going to share 8 questions that help us to get absolute clarity on what it is that we want, what it is that we want for our business, what it is that we want for our life, what it is that we want to do while we're here on this planet. What do we want to do? What do we want to be? Who do we want to be? What do we want to be? Who do we want to show up as? And how kind of an impact do we want to have on the world? And that kind of ties into our annual challenge today, which is about making a difference. And I don't have let's grab a magnifying glass. And our challenge says a difference I made in the world today. Yesterday, we talked about a difference we made in another person's life or to another person. And today we're talking about a difference that we made in the world. Now, I say every positive thing that we do for ourselves and other people is positively contributing to the world. Now, I don't know if you believe that or not, but that's what I choose to believe. So every time we do something that contributes positively to the world, we're making the world a better place. Every time we do something that contributes negatively to the world, we're making the world a worse place. So guess what? If we're having gratitude, if we're being thankful, if we're being complimentary, if we're appreciating the things that are working out in the world, if we're acknowledging and noticing and staying present and moving our life in the direction we want it to go, those are all ways of contributing to the world positively. Now, what happens if we're bitching, moaning, complaining, doubting, worrying, fearing, or being afraid? Those things, to me, contribute negatively to the world, and they don't make the world a better place. So there's a lot of that going on right now, right? There's a lot of fear-mongering. There's a lot of firing up the people in a negative way. The media is absolutely culpable and guilty of this beyond measure. Leadership in my country, the United States right now, is also guilty of the same thing, and they should be and will be held accountable, but they should be very much ashamed of themselves. And the sad part is, I don't think that they are, and they're perfectly happy to destroy other people's lives to forward their own personal agendas, and that is making the world a worse place, not making the world a better place. So how do we, in the face of that, in the face of the examples that other people are setting that are so evil and so negative and so making the world a worse place, how do we continue to move forward and make the world a better place? Because I refuse to get sucked into the negativity and the doubt and worry and fear and nonsense that's going on the planet. So how do I make sure that I keep moving toward and stay positive and make the world a better place? Well, by focusing on what it is that I'm here to create, what it is that I want to see happen in the world, how I want to feel in the world, how you want to feel in the world. I focus on my goals and objectives, what I want, and that always involves making the world a better place, making a positive difference in other people's lives, my own life, and the world. And when we focus on that, when we stay true to that, when we stay true to the things that feel good for us, then we are continuing to make the world a better place. That means I don't listen to media. I don't listen to the news. Every time I think I'm tempted to listen to something on YouTube or Facebook or other social media that has anything to do with current events and what's going on in the world right now, I turn it off because about 10 seconds into it, I start to get this icky feeling and this just tightness and bleh. And I don't want to feel that way, so I turn it off. And I'm learning to not even ever turn it on. I don't click on it. Even the things that I like to watch that entertain me, I'm not going to those anymore. I'm focusing on making the world a better place. How can I do that? And if we all do our little part to make the world a better place, if we say no to the corruption and greed and negativity and doubt and worry and fear and nonsense that other people, and it's a really small part of the population that's trying to manipulate the rest of us, if we say no to that, if we stand up to that, just like I say, if we stand up to gangs and negativity and evil and the mob and things, it's always been a small percent of people that are doing the evil, but the rest of us are just going along with it by ignoring it. If we stand up and we say no, that's our part in making the world a better place. We just choose not to participate. I choose not to participate in any of the things that are making the world feel worse for any of us. I don't know about you, but if you're feeling doubt, worry, fear, anger, prejudice, judgment, negativity, worry, anxiety, depression, if you're feeling any of those, how do they make you feel? Are they making you feel better or worse? Things that are making you feel worse are not for you, so let them go and seek out the things that make you feel better. All right, that's enough of my preaching for today. So we're talking about clarity, focusing on what we want, making a positive difference in the world. Get Up and Go Challenge starts on October 1st. I don't even know what day of the week October 1st is, but I better look that up because it's coming up faster than I've noticed. So we'll be doing the next Get Up and Go Challenge. 30 days, how to take and use and apply and install the SOAP framework, which is a framework for going through and looking at challenges and changes that come up in all of our lives and make them as easy as breathing. Now, we're already responding automatically to changes and challenges, the vast majority of us. But are we responding to changes and challenges and all the stuff that's going on in the world in a way that serves us or a way that serves other people? We want to take back our personal power and install a way that automatically guarantees we get the best results for us and that serves us, not everybody else on the planet, but is best for us. And by going through this framework, and we actually go through an example of each area and aspect of our life. I'm doing 9 areas and aspects of my life this year for 2021. I added confidence and communication because I think those are key foundational skills that a lot of us miss. I mean, got a lot of education and learned a lot of stuff throughout my life and career, had coaching in a lot of areas, but not on the foundational areas of confidence and communication. And as I grow and get older and develop, I realize that there's things that still impact me from like when I was a kid that I didn't even realize, but on a subconscious level, they're impacting me. So I'm taking back control of my personal power and my subconscious, and instead of letting it control me, I am finding ways to install in it things like the SOAP framework that guarantee I get better results moving forward than just letting things stay on autopilot and never thinking about them. So join us for free on the Get Up and Go Challenge page, Facebook page, starting October 1st. Every day, I'll probably do it live early in the morning, but I keep it recorded. I put it in our private Facebook group called Get Up and Go Challenge, interestingly enough. And in there are all of the previous challenges. This will be Get Up and Go Challenge 9. This is our 9th 30-day plus challenge of going through this and helping people to absolutely positively install this in their life and make it work for them, because it's one of the key foundational things that we can do. If we can handle changes and challenges and things that come up, problems and things, and always know that we're going to make the best choice for us, automatically it puts us light years ahead of everybody else, right? It makes our life so much easier and simpler than it has to be. And if we can do that by spending 30 days so that we don't have to think about it going forward, and we've got an automatic process, and sometimes, depending on the challenge, you will sit down and you will go through the SOAP framework on a conscious level. But for the vast majority of the changes and challenges that come our way, we don't need to do that. If we can have an automatic sorting process that goes through, analyzes the situation, considers the options, allows us to take action and determine if we're making progress toward what we want, that is the way to win. That is the way to make our life simpler and easier and to make progress toward what we want faster than we ever even imagined possible. So I'd love for you to join us on the Get Up and Go Challenge. doing it in October. I said I would do it in December, and I'm pretty sure I'll still do it in December as well, but there might be changes to it in December. I might start to really pull in people that are serious about wanting to make a difference in their life and do something that steps that up a notch as well. Plus, I have to decide what we're going to do in November. I did No Nonsense November last year, and it was really fun. We just shared an important life lesson or topic every day in the month of November and just talked about it. And I think that that was really powerful in terms of getting us through the whole craziness of the pandemic last year. Now, we don't have the pandemic this year, but there's still a whole lot of junk and negativity going on in the world, and there always is. We can just choose to not pay attention to it and not allow it in our life. But it's hard, right? It's a challenge every day because we are inundated with information, with other people talking about stuff that we don't necessarily want to make part of our life, right? And it's hard, especially depending on who you're around, who you're exposing yourself to, what you're listening to, what your environment is. All right, that's all I've got today. Any questions, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Let you know what I'm doing as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of businesses to the online world of business, and a little bit of back and forth, because I think that as we grow and develop and learn, it's important that we have more than one option in our life, more than one choice, more than one way to impact the world and be involved in the world, because the value we put into the world is the value that we receive back in return. All right, have a great day. Catch you tomorrow.